Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, I start another Kit Quest career mode. This time we're kind of going, which we haven't done one in a long time, a Tottenham Hotspur one. Obviously, the Spurs are my club, and we're here in FC 25. So we're in the Europa League winning season here, and it's just kind of introductory as we quickly kind of go over the player focus and kind of board objectives and whatnot. So kind of player focus for this one. If we go into the squad. Is not Kinski, not Foster, not. Jeez, I can't believe we really had 5 goalkeepers last season. Jesus, but not Brandon Austin either. It is the man who kept a clean sheet in the Europa League final against Manchester United, making some big saves in that game and all throughout the competition. Guglielmo Vicario. Yes, he's kind of as he was on the pitch for that Europa League final. He's going to be kind of the first member of the squad from that one. That's not really because we have some kits from some of the other members of the squad. Be like we have an Udogi kit. He's not supposed to be the only one. Oof. I need to make up for that. We gotta start setting more like that. Probably it's gonna be a theme starting with this one. So we're gonna start kind of trying to get more. My goal is eventually to get a kit from every member of the Europa League winning squad, so all the players actually played in a match in our run to the Europa League. So we're gonna start off with number 1, Vicario here. We're going with this yellow goalkeeper kit here. That's what we wore in the Europa League final. So yeah, he's the player of focus in this one. There's Josh Keeley, who was in our last kit quest, the Leighton Orient one, which ended in success. So yeah, this one's the Vicario one. Vicario here in the gold. So this one we're gonna kind of I think stick to the traditional formula. I think of kind of trying to bring in new players that are from his past clubs, but the problem because most of them are like lower tier Italian clubs, like the clubs he was at before Tottenham were. He came through the academy at Udinese, never actually made an appearance for them, but I'm going to count them because you like came through our academy and whatever, and because that would allow us to keep Destiny here, because Destiny, remember we got him from Udinese. They went to Fontana Freda, who is like in Serie D, which I don't even know where the hell are they now. Let's see if we go Wikipedia. They doesn't currently plays in. I have no clue what league that is. What league is this? It's the North Regional. It's like below Serie D right now. Then Venezia, who are in Serie A, but I think did they get relegated? They got relegated. I thought at the end of the season, right? Yeah, they finished 19th and they got relegated. Cagliari, who are in Serie A, finished 15th. And then Empoli, I think, are in Serie B. No, they were also in Serie A. Yeah, they are. They're going to be in Serie B for 25-26. They were in Serie A and also got relegated along with Venezia. So yeah, so those clubs there's not too many, and the quality of players kind of probably iffy for the most part. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, kind of building a like squad with that. So what I might kind of do is try and keep the core group of players together, and well, actually that's not saying because all over the place here. But yeah, so we're trying to get players played for those sides, which is gonna be kind of hard, considering most of them are 2 of them got relegated from Serie A, and then one like was like below mid-table, and the one's in like below Serie D, so they're not even in the game. So it's probably like that. Like it's probably not gonna be any ex Fontana Freda players on the squad besides Vicario because they got relegated. They're like below Serie D, but they kind of make up for that conveniently, I guess. Enough. Our manager here this time, if you go to the office, the central here, you can kind of see one of these things. There it is. It's kind of hard to just like who is that? Considering like because it's kind of it's Berserker Lancelot, so obviously it's kind of hard because he's in his like armor and stuff all the time. So that was kind of best guess from like I don't know, it's like fan art, official art that I could kind of get. He's all like in all black, like he's in all black armor or whatever. But yeah, so because obviously Lancelot is like in the Arthurian legend is French. He's like from France. That's kind of like one nation, so we're gonna get French internationals and then also English internationals because like the Arthurian legends take place in England, his like origin and FGO is listed as England. So we're kind of go dual nationality there. So that should help us make this like build up the squad with some homegrown players. So maybe like an Eze, wink wink, would be nice, or like I don't even know. Yeah, mainly like an Eze and Adam Wharton, like those kind of players to kind of bolster the squad. Who those are players sort of should be targeting. Who knows? I don't know like, in terms of like by the time this could come out, maybe one of those players, probably not Wharton. Eze, I think we've been linked with pretty heavily. Might be in by then potentially, but who knows? But yeah, so Vicario is player focus, and we're kind of gonna have bringing in players from those handful of Italian clubs, then French and English internationals, along with kind of players on the current squad that meet those criteria. But yeah, it's looking at our bull-loaded squad with 42 players on it, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, so this is the squad. In terms of tactics, I don't have it set up yet, but I do have a video that I'm going to use to kind of recreate the Ange Ball Season 2 tactics in here, so that will probably link in the description. So that's those two things covered. I guess the last thing really to cover, I guess it's two things, but the second to last thing to cover, I guess, is these board goals here, so check them out. So let's look at domestic success. They want us to finish top 4. Haha! We finished 17th, so... But because this is the season we run the Europa League, we are going to get Champions League next season no matter what. Well, I guess with that in mind, because I guess this is interesting new twists I kind of thought of. We have had a lot of one-season ones, and because it kind of just makes sense to me, I feel like is if like the club, if I remember this rule for future ones, it's always going to be kind of rare in general, but just yeah, way to say it. So basically, because Spurs won the Europa League this season, obviously, like I could just call it a one and done, play through the Europa League, and that's it. But I think what would be more interesting, I guess, is kind of like as Thomas Frank said in his kind of initial interview, is we want to turn Tottenham to serial winners. So because we are bigger, I don't know if we're gonna go back to the whole Hugo Lloris try to win like every single trophy known to man kind of setup, but I do think we're at least gonna try and win one additional trophy besides the Europa League. So obviously, if we don't win one all, it'll still technically be a success because we won the Europa League this first season. But if we do win like additional trophies like that, like at least an additional trophy, turn this club into serial winners, we'll consider this Kick Quest a success, and that'll be it. But yeah, so I guess obviously this isn't going to be unless we somehow, which I say again, I say this every time, it's not going to be a one and done this time. But you never know. Or we'll see, I guess, considering we did make it to the semifinals of the Carabao Cup this season. So honestly, it might be a one season wonder if we also win if we would double up and win the Carabao and the Europa League. But we'll see about that. But highly unlikely that's going to happen. So more than likely than not will be a at least should be at least 2 seasons where we go for a second additional trophy besides the Europa League. But they want us to finish in top 4, or win the FA Cup. We got knocked out by who do we get knocked out? Oh, Aston Villa, that's right. Or like Kinski had a bit of a howler in that game. Yeah, so we got knocked out by them. Continental success, they want us to win the Europa League. Well, we actually won it, so we are going to win it. Youth development, ignore that. Brand exposure, sign one player of a different nationality from the one of the club. So if I go for a French international, that'll be easy enough. Or if I can look at like, say I'm gonna go through like these probably before I start, kind of go through these clubs. Like, so I was doing this, I'll do this introductory to get it over with. Yeah, just to kind of get over with here, just because it has time I had to record and whatnot. So to get it over with now, then I'll have like some of my spare time in between this episode, next episode, which won't be long because they're gonna probably come out one after day after the other. But in terms of me actually working on it, I'm probably gonna go through all these clubs and find some players. So I might sign if we can find one of them, or a French international can help us out with the different nationality thing. Then they want us to reduce the wages by 85K, which I should hopefully be able to do through a combination of potentially like canceling Timo Werner's loan or getting him like sent back in January, then some sales and whatnot. Actually, yeah, because his son's contract only has 2 years left. He doesn't fill the requirements. Son's gonna have to go, isn't he? So if I take out Son I guess how much wages is Eze gonna want if I bring him in to replace Son. But yeah, so that's the board goals and stuff. So in terms of other things, I guess there really isn't much else because I kind of went through the kind of changed the format. So let's kind of just go back to Vicario here, kind of have him chill on the screen while I wrap up here. But yeah, so yeah, player focus, Vicario kit focus is nice. I'd say nice, not really nice. So honestly an unfortunate color considering all the cool other color options like he had out there this past season. The yellow for the goalkeeper kit here. I'm probably gonna get it all like when I get it, it's gonna be all like nice and patched up and stuff with like the Europa League final stuff because he was on the pitch then. That'd be cool. First one of my collection of trying to get everyone who played. It's not first one technically because we have a Destiny Udogi kit from that was like our second or third kit quest. Price no, it's probably our second one. Yeah, his first one was Hugo. Destiny was second ever kit quest. But yeah, so Vicario here, second player, kind of from trying to get everyone a kit from everyone in the Europa League winning squad. But yeah, so again, transfer strategy and players from Fontana Freda, if any of them exist in this current game that are any good. Venezia, Cagliari, Perugia. Actually, I didn't check where Perugia playing right now. They play in Serie C, that's what I mean. So Serie C, Empoli, then English and French internationals. So kind of your Ezes or I don't really know French internationals that are like uh, um oh, that kid from what's his name? The kid from Monaco that Spurs have been linked. Again, I don't know who Spurs have brought in there or not, based on me recording this versus when it's going to come out. But that like kid from Monaco, I'm pretty sure is a French international that we've been linked with, the winger. So kind of players like that. And yeah, so and then again, the whole thing is obviously the traditional thing is until we win a trophy. It's kind of have done thing most of the time, except for the Hugo Lloris one, which kind of was an exception because he was retiring pretty much. So I was like, hey, whatever. Yeah, so the traditional thing is you get the club to win a trophy and then kick has success, and that season after the season it's over. But because we Spurs won the Europa League, we're trying to get 8 additional trophy besides that Europa League title. So if you happen to be the Carabao Cup this season, it'll be a one-season wonder, but probably going to be something like FA Cup, like another trophy, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. So the Super Cups and stuff I don't really count because those are kind of like trophies. But like traditional stuff like the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, the League, Champions League, anything like that, we'll consider this kick quest a success. Yeah, so next episode is going to be the 24-25 season recap, where we'll kind of go into our journey. Where we're going to obviously end up winning the Europa League, so kind of how we got through that and how we did in the other competitions and stuff. So hopefully we can do better than we did because we're not going to have the same injury crisis, hopefully, and stuff. So we shouldn't finish 17th in the league, but you never know because this is Spurs and this game is kind of crazy sometimes. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoy this kind of somewhat rambly video introduction here for this Kit Quest. Hopefully you check out the next episode as well. Thank you.